Now let's see this. Three strings of different lengths 34 centimeters, 24 centimeters and 38 centimeters are to be cut into equal lengths. Then find the greatest possible length of each piece. They are saying that there are three different strings. So one is of 36 centimeters and the other one is 24 centimeters and the other one is 38 centimeters. Okay, now these three strings are now cut into pieces of strings of equal lengths. So they have to be cut into strings of equal length. Let us assume that I don't know how to cut them. I am just assuming that I am cutting each one into strings of x centimeters each. So which means I will be cutting 36 into x centimeters, x centimeters, x centimeters, so on, and I don't know how many parts I get. And also 24 is also cut into x, so on, and I don't know how many pieces I get. Similarly 38 also has to be cut into x, right? Now the only problem is when you are going to choose a number of x, now you should choose it in such a way that when I cut them all, the last part should also be of size x, right? It should not be more or less than x. Now what is the condition is, if you have to have a something like this, then you should be able to write 36 as a number, a natural number into x, which means I should be able to get exactly a parts each of size x, which means x should be a factor of 36. Got it? So if x is not a factor of 36, what happens is you will be able to get some pieces which are of size x and then one more piece which will be of size less than x. If it is greater than x, you will again be cutting it into x and then some part will be remaining, isn't it? Therefore you can assume that if it is not a factor of 36, then you will get some remainder, and that remainder is going to be a smaller piece which will lead to an unequal part, right? But then what is that we are assuming? What is that we want? We want all the strings of equal length. Therefore it should not happen, right? So all the parts should be of equal size and therefore x should be a factor of 36. For the same reason, even x should be a factor of 24. Otherwise what happens? There will be a small part remaining which will be of unequal size, which will lead to unequal sizes, right? And for the same reason, x should be a factor of 38 as well. Now if you see this, x is a common factor of all these three, right? And also they are saying that find the greatest possible length, which means we need a larger value of x, the largest value of x, right? So what is the problem here? If they have not mentioned that point, you could have taken x as 111, isn't it? Simple way of doing it. Otherwise 0.1 or some other number. But then they are asking that this number should be greatest. So what is it? It should be a common factor, and that common factor should be as high as possible. Got it? So it is nothing but HCF, otherwise GCD. So you have to find out the HCF of these three numbers. If you find out the HCF of these three numbers, you will get it as 2. 2 is the HCF of these three numbers. You can find it out using prime factorization method or division method. Okay, fine. And the next one is, if the product and HCF of two numbers are 4107 and 37 respectively, then find the largest number. So they are saying that there are two numbers whose product is given as 4107 and their HCF is given as 37. Now they are asking what is the largest number, right? Now if you see this, highest common factor is given. So what is the common factor mean? What is the factor? So let us assume that these two numbers are some a and b. Okay, now they are saying that the factor is 37. Factor is 37 means 37 is a number which is able to divide both of them evenly, right? Which means I can write one number as 37 into x for some natural number x, and similarly I should be able to write b as 37 into y, right, for some number. So that is the meaning of the factor, isn't it? See, HCF means highest common factor. Common factor means it is a factor for both of them, right? Since it is a factor for both of them, then I should be writing it this way, right? Okay, now it is given that product of these two numbers is 4107. So what can I write here? 37 into x into 37 into y equal to 4107. Why? Because the product of these two numbers is given. Now from this, if you try to find out x into y equal to 4107 divided by 37 square, you are going to get 3. Now what does it mean? Since we already know that these two are natural numbers, so only possibility is x can be 1 and y can be 3, or x can be 3 and y can be 1. So these are the only possibilities we have. So now if you substitute x equal to 3, you are going to get the largest number. So what are the two numbers? So one number can be 37 into 1 and the other number can be 37 into 3, right? So it can be 111. So it is 37, right? So the larger number is 111. Got it? Okay.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So, first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%, but all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkey's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkey, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkey is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkey. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.